Hello and welcome to today's presentation for Clonturk Community College. My name is Dave Fagan and I'm the Education Manager with Select. Over the next few moments I'm just going to go through the web store and what it looks like and the various different options that will be available for you as a parent purchasing your iPad bundle for your son or daughter before they start in Clonturk Community College. We host a dedicated web store and the details for this web store will be shared with you in advance of it launching. It's a unique web store, so a specific URL and a passcode which is unique to Clonturk Community College also. We'll only have the basic options available on the web store, so the basic iPad in the different capacities, the different colors, and then there'll be a couple of items that are mandatory, the case and the safe environment, which is the management solution, and the only optional extra that's available on the web store will be the Apple Care insurance. I'll explain most of these details and options for you in the next few moments. The web store will launch this year on the 1st of April. We do suspect that Apple could potentially change the iPad during March, and for this reason we're going to wait until the 1st of April to launch the web store, just to make sure that you have the most up-to-date iPad option on the web store and also the most up-to-date pricing. As you can see, the journey on the web store is pretty straightforward. Once you get to the checkout, there will be also an option to finance the bundle over 6 or 12 months with Hum. There will be details giving you an idea of how much it would be to finance it before you click on the option to join it or to apply for it. The iPads themselves don't get shipped out to the school. We host what's called a deployment day when we get all the students in and they receive their iPads together on the same day, and our team helps them get set up on the iPads and get signed into their email and various different applications that are required before they start in Clonturk. Details of this will also be shared with you in advance of the web store going live. Just to give you an idea of pricing, today the 64 gig 9th generation iPad bundle with the case and the safe environment works out at €454, and the 256 gigabyte bundle works out at €654. Now, as I mentioned, those prices are correct as of today, but we do have a suspicion that they could potentially change the iPad in March. If that happens, these prices could change, but generally it's in around this figure that we're looking at. That price is a reduced price for the iPad itself. The case is a drop tested case and it's the same case that we use across the school, and it is mandatory. And the safe environment is the management license that protects and manages the iPad for the duration of your son or daughter's time in Clonturk Community College. The only optional extra that's available on the website is the Apple Care Plus for Education. This is a very popular option. It works out at €99 for 3 years of coverage, or it's €139 for 4-year coverage. What this allows you to do is, if you have any issue with your iPad, you have 24/7 access to the Apple support line. They handle any repairs that you might have with the iPad. It also allows for 2 instances of accidental damage per year, each with a €49 excess fee. One thing that we do love is the option for an express replacement service. So if you do have an issue with your iPad, you're able to contact Apple and they will send you a replacement iPad directly to your home, and you put the faulty iPad into the box and give it back to the courier and it goes back to Apple. So it does allow you to get up and running very quickly. This can only be purchased at the same time as the iPad, and we are unable to sell it after your son or daughter has received your iPad. However, you will have the option to purchase the regular Apple Care, which doesn't have the same level of coverage. It only has a 2-year coverage for €99 with 2 instances of accidental damage over those 2 years, whereas this particular one allows 2 instances per year. So there's a lot of advantages to it. The safe environment that I mentioned is what we use to protect the iPads within the school and allows us to easily configure them for your son or daughter to get up and running straight away. It also allows the school to use a lot of the management features like Apple Classroom, which allows them to lead the students and just protect them further, and just for classroom management itself. We do advise that the safe environment, while it's a great solution, etc., you do have to be conscious that there's still a web browser that's available on the iPad, and you just need to still parent this in the evenings and weekends. All content is obviously filtered while in the school, and there's various different filters that we also enable on the iPads, but there is still a web browser for playing online video games, etc. So once the web store opens, there'll be a couple of weeks when you have the opportunity to purchase the iPads, and we do recommend getting the orders in pretty quickly. We are planning to host the deployment day in early June, so it just means that the window's a little bit shorter to get the iPad orders in, and we need time to configure them, get them set up, allocate the Apple Cares, etc., etc. So that all takes a bit of time. So we do advise once the web store opens to get the orders in sooner rather than later. If you do have any questions or any issues with the web store, our details will be shared with you also, and you can feel free to ring our team and they'll be happy to assist. As I mentioned on the web stores, while we don't include any optional extras like keyboard cases or pencils or anything like that, however, if you do feel that this would benefit your son or daughter, please feel free to contact us and we can upgrade the order with these items. So just some of the important dates. So the 1st of April is when we plan to open the web store, and as I mentioned, this is solely in case Apple launches a new iPad. The next kind of event that Apple would host generally happens in March, so it's always a safe bet to wait until the 1st of April just to make sure that we have the most up-to-date pricing and up-to-date model available on the web store. The web store will close on the 19th of May, and the reason for this is, as I mentioned, to give our team an opportunity to just get everything configured and organized for the deployment day, which is scheduled to happen on Saturday the 8th of June. And the school will contact you in advance just in relation to confirm this. With that said, thank you very much for your time. Our contact details are currently on the screen, and feel free to drop us an email or give us a call if you have any further questions. Thank you very much.